Few robotics businesses can bring to legions of internet followers, but few robotics companies produce robots, and Boston Dynamics. Every time the company releases new footage of their equipment, it creates a stir. Boston Dynamics' bolts are uniquely exhilarating, where it's a pack of robot dogs hauling a truck or a human-like bot hopping agilely up a set of boxes. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for joining us today. Today we'll be speaking about Boston Dynamics robots just started taking off. Please watch the entire video to figure out all of the details. And guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell notification. Alright then, let's get started. Boston Dynamics is an engineering and robotics design firm based in Boston, Massachusetts, created in 1992 as a deflection from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Boston Dynamics, headquartered in Waltham, Massachusetts, has been acquired by the Hyundai Motor Group since December 2020. However, the acquisition was officially introduced in June 2021, which bought the robotics firm from SoftBank in a $1.1 billion deal. Boston Dynamics is well recognized for creating dynamic, highly maneuverable robots known as Big Dog, Spot, Atlas, and Handle. Spot has been commercially accessible since 2019, making it Boston Dynamics' first commercially available robot, while the company has declared its intention to commercialize other robots as well, including Handle. Whilst Atlas and Handle, robots shown above, are still research prototypes, Boston Dynamics has recently begun offering the Spot model to any enterprise for the hefty sum of $74,500. But can you put a premium of having your army of grooving robot minions? Talk to anyone in the robotics industry and they'll sum up their profession in 3 words: perfected via years of experimentation. Robots are challenging to program. The industry is fierce, with startups and established businesses frequently collapsing with little notice. In just a few months last year, 3 robotics businesses went bankrupt. In addition, Toyota Research Institute veteran James Kuffner explained the problems of constructing robots on Facebook. It necessitates significant finance, committed leadership, highly qualified employees, resources, and infrastructure, as well as a superior product and market strategy, Kuffner stated, not to mention impeccable execution. Boston Dynamics' robots appear faultless, but this is comparatively because they have never been subjected to the rigors of commercial areas. According to Boston Dynamics CEO Mark Raybert, those years of contracting and research were necessary to get the enterprise to its initial stages of advancement. We've been an R&D firm for a lot longer, raising the bar and developing robots that strive to live up to people's expectations of what a robot should be, Raybert adds. And it's logical that as we perform R&D, robots become more useful, and it becomes clear to us that, oh, this thing may be used and marketed. Pentagon contracts provided Boston Dynamics with the time and space needed to develop cutting-edge, legged robots such as the pack mule Big Dog, which was subsequently denied by the military for being too noisy. Still, they have yet to result in a commercially viable robot. Instead, the company has consistently impressed investors by providing machines with a feature that has evaded them for decades: mobility. According to Hod Lipson, a professor of engineering at Columbia University, proper mobility is one that many machines cannot achieve. We suppose chess is important, but just moving around and synchronizing hundreds of muscles is a great feat, Lipson tells The Verge. Robots are still, for the most part, clumsy. They're perplexed by even the tiniest physical hurdle. As a result, most machines used in factories and warehouses today are massive, static, and unintelligent, built to stand in one place and execute repetitive activities. For instance, future robots will be agile and dynamic, capable of operating beside humans and adjusting to altering settings and behavior. That is, incidentally, why Boston Dynamics enjoys pushing and slamming its robots in its videos. There's nothing like a sharp kick to the ribs to demonstrate a robot's ability to deal with physical unpredictability. Lipson claims that Boston Dynamics has been working to overcome this invisible boundary movement for decades. However, as a result, commercial applications almost appear to be an afterthought. Many agree with this view. The firm was on the government payroll, then on the Google dole. Eric Neves, CEO of Plus One Robotics, tells The Verge. They didn't have a specific objective other than to be wonderful, but they're already fantastic. The firm's acquisition by Japanese tech behemoth SoftBank in 2017 appears to have triggered commercialization. Raybert claims that while commercialization has always been the ultimate goal, access to SoftBank's enormous resources has allowed the firm to ramp up its robot production. It's one of the elements, he explains. In addition to transforming Spot into a marketable robot, the firm owns logistics startup Kinema Systems to smooth the road for warehouse automation. Boston Dynamics already sells robots obtained through this acquisition, providing it with a presence in the news industry. Raybert has become a recurring character on the tech conference circuit as part of this new focus. He routinely wows audiences with tech displays, instructing Spot to jump, trot, and dance like a robot ringmaster on stage in his distinctive Hawaiian shirts. The Spot, according to Raybert, is becoming the Android of robots, a configurable platform on which other companies can build to satisfy specific needs. We purposely developed it as a platform so that it can be adapted for a wide range of users, Raybert explains. We'll have a variety of various attachments that can be used to personalize the robots in concise order. These payloads include robotic arms enabling gripping and moving items, sensor arrays incorporating thermal and 360-degree cameras, and radio units allowing Spot to function as a mobile telecommunications relay. Because of this adaptability, Boston Dynamics intends to sell and lease Spot for a wide range of functions, including construction site surveys, package delivery, and surveillance systems. Boston Dynamics robots can climb challenging terrain, assist doctors, and remind people to follow social distance standards in public parks. We were recently reminded that advanced robots could also learn choreography. Boston Dynamics' machines, Atlas, Spot, the dog robot, and Handle dance in tandem to the Contours' hit song, Do You Love Me, and a video uploaded. The bots are so skilled at shaking it on the dance floor that it nearly feels like you're witnessing a robot version of the film Dirty Dancing, which covered the song as well. It isn't the first instance Boston Dynamics has demonstrated its robots' impressive dance abilities. In 2018, the business showed a video of its Spot robot dancing to the song Uptown Funk. Previously, the Atlas robot demonstrated gymnastic abilities. A nearly 5-foot humanoid robot, Atlas can perform somersaults, hops, twists, and a handstand. It also knows how to navigate a difficult obstacle course. The Spot the dog robot is equally stunning. We've seen the robot not only twerk, but maneuver open doors, herd sheep, carry heavy items, and drag Adam Savage there in a rickshaw. The Handle robot is more recognized for its capacity to load warehouse packages. It can easily lift 30-pound boxes and stack pallets. The creative element of this Boston Dynamics movie, most of which was created in conjunction with choreographer Monica Thomas, sets it apart. You can see more of her work here. We know Atlas can do some practical jobs and some gymnastics and parkour, but dancing is entirely new. In an interview with Aaron Saunders, Boston Dynamics VP of Engineering, to discover more about what it takes to make these dancing robots a reality, and it's a lot more complicated than it appears. Saunders joined Boston Dynamics in 2003, so he's been a critical component of many of the company's robots, including those you may have forgotten. For example, do you recognize Little Dog? That cute little quadruped was conceived and manufactured by a team of 2, and Saunders was among them. In contrast, Saunders has been a core component of the Atlas project since its inception. He has spent the last few years foremost the Atlas team specifically, and he was gracious enough to respond to our queries about the dancing robots. It's difficult not to consider Boston Dynamics, as the commentators beneath its videos, as a litmus test for what the advent of automated processes will look like. That's not at all unreasonable. The future of automation is very unpredictable. Robots have become more widespread in everyday settings, but analysts are concerned that they're not doing well. In a paper published last year, economists Darren Acemoglu and Pasquale Restrepo, 2 of the field's most recognized scholars, cautioned of a phenomenon known as so-so automation, which the technology used to replace humans provides no economic value to the economy. Automated factories do not become faster or more efficient, they trade human labor for its machine equivalent, with the gains accruing to those in charge. I believe robots will have a positive impact on people's lives. I believe it will enhance performance and free people from dull, unpleasant, and dangerous jobs, Raybert adds. I'd hate to see amazing changes in a technology like this squandered due to concern about the potential drawbacks. Such a dismal, deflating environment is what makes Boston Dynamics robots so intriguing. Instead of creating the same old leisurely strolling bots that fall over and need to be picked up by a human, the company appears to be leapfrogging so-so automation into something more technologically advanced. At least that's what the videos from the corporation show. It's now up to Boston Dynamics to demonstrate that its robots are prepared to leave the lab and enter the real world. Well, that's all we have for today. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until we see you next time, ciao.